Hi, this is Mark from WP Mayor. In this video, we'll be reviewing the Bontact WordPress plugin. Bontact is a startup company established back in 2014 that looks to offer customer support to your clients through the use of a WordPress plugin. While some plugins offer only a live chat option and other websites only offer a simple contact form that works with email, Bontact looks to incorporate more methods of communication such as text messaging and international calls. Their aim is to offer a way for a visitor to visit your website to have his or her questions answered in real time, hence driving conversion rates and helping you to grow your e-commerce business. With the use of mobile phones to access e-commerce sites growing exponentially, it was only a matter of time before someone would fill in the gap for mobile-specific chat support, and hence the creation of Bontact. It works across all major e-commerce platforms, including WordPress through this plugin. So let's take a look at how it actually works. So let's set up Bontact and see what it's like to use. The Bontact plugin can be downloaded for free from the WordPress plugin repository or installed directly from within your WordPress site's plugin section. And once downloaded and installed, you simply need to activate the plugin and head to the new Bontact section of your dashboard menu. This is where I found it disappointing to see that there doesn't seem to have been a lot of effort put into the WordPress plugin itself. Instead, Bontact uses an iframe to embed the dashboard from their website into your WordPress dashboard. Although this does provide all the necessary features, it doesn't necessarily fit quite right into the dashboard when viewed on smaller screens, or resized. After contacting the support team regarding this issue, they informed me that although the dashboard is unresponsive, there's a mobile app available for use on mobile devices. Putting this issue aside and focusing on the WordPress plugin itself, let's move on to the functionality of Bontact and what it's like to work with on the backend. When you open the Bontact dashboard for the first time, you can see a menu on your left showing inbox, online visitors, settings, choose plan, reports, and help, as well as the option to turn on or off the availability for chat and the ability to log out of Bontact. Let's get started with choosing the settings we need for our setup. The general settings section is where we will set the basic settings for Bontact. First up, you will see a sound section. Here you can choose the alert sound for the incoming chat and the new chat message, as well as an incoming visitor. You have a few you can try out, and you can toggle them on or off. You also have an analytics and API section, an IP block section, where you can even block out IP addresses or phone numbers, and the IP callback block section. Moving on to the channel settings, this is where we decide which channels we're actually going to offer. Starting with live chat, you can turn the live chat on or off. You can choose to pop up a live chat invitation for your site visitors if they spend more than a certain amount of seconds in the same page on your website. And you can even choose that after a certain amount of seconds, you pop up the "We have no available agents" message with a form for the visitor to leave his details. Moving on to the callback section, here you can turn the callback channel on or off, enter your phone number for incoming calls, and choose the times that you are available. Moving on to SMS, here you can once again turn the channel on or off, enter your phone number for incoming text messages, and again choose the times that you are available. Last but not least is the email channel. Here all you have to do is to decide whether you want to turn the channel on or off, and you can enter your email address. Next up, we'll start working on what the front-end widget actually looks like. Starting with widget style, here we have two options for widget design and widget format. Starting with the design, you have a few style options to choose from with different colors and different color schemes. While for the widget format, you can choose the image style, whether its initial position is on the right-hand side or left-hand side of your website, and whether to set the initial size for the widget on your website to be collapsed or expanded. Moving to the custom widget text. Here we can choose the language that we want to use. And we can also choose to change the text that appears within the widget for the various communication channels. You're also shown a preview of where the message in question will be shown, and you're free to change it to whatever text you'd like and save it. These can be changed for the basic layout of your widget, for the call channel, chat channel, SMS and email channels, each one displaying its own unique messages. Last but not least, you can also set up the quick chat phrases and links. These are popular phrases or sentences that you expect to use during your chat sessions, as well as popular links that you expect to use more often than not. Once all those settings are complete, you can then set up the agents. You can add the representatives that you need, giving them each a certain level of permission. There are 3 levels of permission available, which are representative, manager and administrator, each one having more responsibilities than the other. You can also edit your own user and enter your personal details, your welcome sentence, as well as the ability to turn a user into a manager, which grants him or her access to the chat settings. You can also change your overall profile for Bontact from the My Profile section, and here you can enter your email address, user type, your name, gender, again the welcome sentence, as well as your telephone number. You even offer the chance to change your password should you need to. There is also a section within the Bontact dashboard where you can choose to upgrade your Bontact plan. As you can see, this is one of the pages where the dashboard doesn't fully respond to the size of the screen. However, zooming out should bring in all the options. And you can choose to upgrade to the Lite plan, Business plan or Professional plan, which are all paid packages. Moving on to the reports section of Bontact. From here, we can view how many calls were made, how many SMSs were received, how many emails were received, and how many chats were opened. You can also filter these by a start date and end date. And you're also provided with a line chart and bar chart showing how many visitors you are in contact with, as well as some more statistics such as the server's general count, the browsers that they came in from, the most visited pages, and the total server's requests. The last option in your dashboard is the help option, and this sends you directly to the Bontact documentation. When a new chat comes in, you will get a new chat request notification on the back end of your site, showing you the message, country it's coming from, the browser, page title that the user is on, and more information that you can then skip or accept. If you accept, this will load into your inbox and you can automatically chat with your customer. From here, you're able to see when the request was created. You can see the message that was automatically sent to the customer, and you can continue the chat from right within your dashboard. You also have the options of the saved sentences, saved links, the ability to print, and also to end the chat. Once you've done so, you'll see a chat ended notification on the user in question. From your inbox, you're able to filter the conversations that you can see depending on the channel they came through, whether it's chat, callback, SMS, or email. Moving on to the online visitor section of your Bontact dashboard. This is where you're able to see the visitors that are currently viewing your website. You can see the page URL they're on, the time that they spent on the page, the previously visited pages, and you can even invite them for a chat. Once you click the invite for chat button, the new chat is created within your inbox. In this case, since we're inviting the same user we saw earlier, the chat continues in their history. So how does Bontact actually look on the front end? Let's take a look. Once you access the front end of your website, after a few seconds, the Bontact widget will appear on the designated side of your website that you chose earlier. Choosing one of the options such as Start Chatting will open the chat window. And since we set it earlier to put the chat channel as offline, the user gets the "I'm not available for live chat at this time" message, and an option to email us. Upon clicking on this, they get the email option with the message that you would have decided on, and the options to enter your name, email address, and the message. It's just that simple for your visitors to use. So, what does Bontact actually cost? Well, the WordPress plugin is free to use up to a certain amount of calls, messages, and user agents. However, there are also a few premium plans that you can use, where you can pay a monthly fee and increase both your international calls and your text messages. And if you go up further plans, you can even increase the number of chat agents. This allows you to scale according to the size of your customer base. With regards to documentation, you'll find some documentation provided in the Bontact user guide that covers all the aspects of the service, and you can also follow their simple introductory video. The support team for Bontact can be contacted through the Bontact service itself, unsurprisingly, and I contacted the team personally about the screen resizing issues through their live chat, and I was pleased to find that Jean got back to me in no time, and I also used the email support and found that the replies were clear and concise, and they didn't have too much of a waiting time in between. Overall, the Bontact dashboard is easy and intuitive to make use of, and its widget works just as described on the front end of both a desktop and mobile website. The styling options might be a bit limited for the time being, however you should be able to find a color scheme that fits your site's styling. It's not ideal to have to use an app to monitor Bontact when using a smaller screen, such as on mobile devices or tablets, especially when you already use your website's backend to monitor the rest of your website while simultaneously handling customer support. Having said that, it might work well when you have an employee or more dedicated only to customer service, as they only need to access the Bontact app to do their work rather than your website's backend. This means less hassle of having to set up more users on your WordPress site with limited accessibility and so on. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you found the review helpful.